there is a beauty in the true understanding of melody and rhythm, and how those two aren't the same, but how they work together. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications, because it genuinely does help me out, helps the channel grow. Very grateful for you when you do that, so thank you very much. Now we are back with more Sleep Token, because why wouldn't we be? There's a period of time in my reaction journey where I didn't do a Sleep Token song, and I don't like it, because if I don't react to more of their music, well then I can't put more of their music on my personal playlist, and that's no good. I've been quite vocal about how they are one of my favorite bands, not just favorite discoveries on this channel, but favorite bands of all time. I think they are masters of melody. There's mystery and magic in what they do. Shout out Alliteration. And I just resonate hugely with their sound. I think they're ultra talented. And speaking of playlists, if you do want to follow my reaction journey, then my buddy and one of my mods, Frosty, has a Spotify playlist that has all of my reactions that I've done in order, bar a couple songs that aren't on Spotify. And he updates that every time I do a new one. So if you want to follow that journey, remind yourself of all the videos we've done. There will be a link to that in this video description. But can't wait for this one. Sleep Token, Dark Signs. Let's see what you got. I'll stop there and go back one to let it lead into the next phrasing piece, because I can hear that bar count ending. Here's some sound design for you. You get different kinds of waveforms. You get sine waves, which are nice and flowy and round, clean. And then you get square, sawtooth, triangle. They all provide a different kind of edge and sound to them. And if you go square and you get them really close together, you end up with that distortion and that clip sound. And there's a bit of drive on this one. I really like it. We used to mess around with creating these sine waves and then manipulating them into different kinds of waveforms to create different sounds. There's a nice chord progression with that. And the second phrasing is different. It drops much lower, doesn't follow the same pattern. And then there's this nice kind of innocent vocal sample on top. It works really well. A little bit different to what I've heard from him in the past, at least so far. But knowing these guys, we got a long way to go with this one.
Where I was raised, there wasn't no street lights, just pitch black and passing headlights. Where we met, there must have been dark signs, omens in your skies.
This guy's voice is out of this world. Stupid good. I really liked how they took the vocal sample away when he came in and they kept that sound design underneath. There is like a slight percussive element to it, but it's not overly complicated. In terms of layering, not very busy, and you don't want it to be. Not when you have a vocal that has that much character and talent. Even in the subtleties, in a small verse piece like this, where there's more of a speaking sing to it, just super rich tone. Love this vocal. It's one of the reasons I love them. And I like how the pattern of what he's singing isn't a copy of that vocal phrasing, but it follows the same kind of up and down, so it's more of a continuation, not necessarily a replacement. Very cool.
Most days you reach for safety, remain calm, forget that you know me.
Okay, here's a great thing to do when you're looking to introduce a percussive element or drum element to a song. They've got this kind of digital sample that's come in now, very powerful, And it's hard to get that kick sound, that sample, to shine through when you've got that low sound modulation anyway. So great job on the mixing with that and the placement. But you're going to hear this little bouncing around, this little echo of these, what sounds like those sound blocks. And it's very cool. Not only is it panned really quickly to the left and right, but it's also not meant to be a primary sound. It's supposed to just fill up a lot of that background blankness and to give it a bit of texture, and does a great job.
Safety. Remain calm, forget that you know me. When we met, I could see dark signs, alarm bells in your eyes, and I miss the man I was, the moment we left off. And I hate who I have become. Every time I wake up. And if you
Hang on a second, man. Hang on. There's clearly a more... I'm in love with everything they do. There's clearly a more digital... I don't want to say dance, but more electronic elements to what they do. And in some ways, a bit of a dancey vibe to the song. I'm all for it. They have such diversity in their catalog. Such ability in how they can write and approach songs. I almost want to say music, because it's bigger than just songs. I love the vocal there, because you have a main vocal and you have a vocal in the background, and it's all about space. Okay, so the main vocal, all vocals that you hear in music have some kind of ambient sound, whether it be just the room that they're in, which is not a lot of reverb. You hear more of the direct vocal than you hear the vocal that's bouncing around the room and coming back through the mic. And then what they'll do in studios is they often either add a bit of reverb on, and there's some great plugins to do that with, or they just record it in a much bigger room. Now, the background vocal has a lot of space in it. You can almost hear the room vocal louder than you can hear the direct vocal. And it's a reverse of what you're hearing with the primary vocal sound. And that helps you understand that one is more forward and one is more back. Because when someone's far away from you and they shout, there's certain things that happen. You hear a lot of that echo from a volume point of view. Then you do the primary shouts, and you also lose a lot of the lows, and you hear more of the highs and mids. So, I mean, it gets quite technical, because those lows have longer waveforms that actually can travel further. But what your ears pick up and what your body feels are just a little strange sometimes, and it's just about understanding placement. I'm trying to not get too technical with this, because I think I ride the line very closely with these guys on missing the magic and trying to overanalyze, which I don't want to do.
every time I wake up. And if you saw the marks on my dashboard, the new scars that I didn't ask for, would you call asking for answers? Tear my arms off.
It's just they've just pulled it all together. That vocal sample, the original main vocal in the first verse, the percussion, but now it's much busier. That bouncing around is more deliberate. It's taken the place of a hi-hat, and it's been very purposeful. Quick staccato, sharp hits, and the beautiful, warm, chocolatey vocal on top. It's perfect.
Tear my arms off. No stage you reach for safety. Remain calm, forget you know me. No, when we met, I could see dark signs, alarm bells in your
have to stop here because I know these guys, and sometimes they do things towards the end of songs that just make my heart explode. So I'll go back to lead in, but there is a beauty in the true understanding of melody and rhythm, and how those two aren't the same, but how they work together. I don't want to say much more on it than they have like a professor level understanding of that. When you hear two different pieces that in isolation are great, but together are just magic, that is exactly what I'm talking about. And it's happening throughout the song.
And I miss the night I walked, the moment we left. And I hate the way how we go. Every time I wake up.
What I would give to see them live, I mean, pick a limb. It's insane. It's insane how good they are. Their music makes me feel so relaxed, so comfortable, and so better. But reacting to their music makes me quite uncomfortable, because I'm in this balance of trying to explain, educate, appreciate, not lose the mystery and some of the magic that's happening. And that balance is quite difficult for me. But it's part of this journey, and I have no regrets. Hashtag no regrets. Because had it not been for this channel, I would not be listening to Sleep Token. And had it not been for this channel, a lot of you guys have told me you would not be listening to Sleep Token. One of the best things I could ever do. I mean, yes, I want to discover new music. Yes, I want to educate, inform, help you understand why you love certain things, and give you more reasons to love them at an even higher level. But there is absolutely nothing greater than getting a comment from someone saying, you introduced me to this band, and now they're like this permanent fixture on my playlist, and I listen to them nonstop. Their music's got me out of a dark place, or it's just made me inspired to play again, or whatever the reason is. It's the most fulfilling thing I could ever ask for. Views are great, subscribers are great, and I'm grateful for all of it, but nowhere near as grateful as I am to have introduced you to new music and to have discovered new music myself. Their music, I get like emotional when I listen to their stuff, but not always in like a sad or even necessarily in a happy way. There's this like, I don't know, and I'll leave it there. There will be more Sleep Token regularly because I want there to be, and I can't wait for the next one. Until then, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day. Also, worship.